night now work now get water. You might chat quick. Because constant control water. It's above. And the minister, who is the same minister and the prime minister, we've been here. He can only come through me and Macho Samuda. And we are working on that shit right now. So make some asshole tell you nonsense. From a chat quick. Him not understand. Next man that talk about man give water, man go personal line you. That's the only way that damn fool can give water. Does not control water. You know when person your line. You know person was and give you. Don't concern about give water. It's bigger than us. And we are working on it, my brothers and sisters. And it will be done.
It will be done.
But I think I should say because a lot of you have mentioned to me water.
Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. Now, people, you know the term politically correct. First part of this video is going to be politically incorrect. The person that you heard or saw in this video is Mr. Everall Warmington from the JLP. If you've been living under a rock and don't know the MO, the style of this man, his mouth has no sorts of filter. He has been doing this for a better part of a couple of decades. And each time that we hear him, he does not get reprimanded. There are no sorts of backlash, especially from the JLP. It is business as usual. Once you are winning, once you have success, like them say, you cannot argue with success, so therefore they are going to use him. Had this man been in any sort of decent country, other than Jamaica, whether it is in the Caribbean, he would have been fired or removed long time ago. That is not Jamaica. What is supposed to be not normal is now normal. So therefore, it is an anything go campaign. So we see this man, I tell the people, them say, yeah, he might hear the opposition people, them make all sorts of promises about water fulfillment. However, a promise is a comfort to a fool. The only promises that will be fulfilled is that of the JLP. Now people, like me say, a promise is a promise is a promise. Once it is not fulfilled, and then when you check the history about the PNP and JLP, we're seeing that they've made a whole lot of promises that are not fulfilled. I would say that they are batting probably 3 to 5% of their fulfillment of any sorts of promises. However, it seems as if it is this man's unorthodox style in which he relates to his people, his people that support him. It seems as if they see it okay, so therefore, if they encourage it or if they laugh in amusement and think that there is nothing wrong with him saying what he is saying, talking down on all sorts of people, that is his style, so therefore they have come accustomed, they have now accepted it as the norm. So people, you heard for yourself. When I make these posts on social media, YouTube specifically, you always hear people say, you know, say, me like the blogger, yeah, him a good blogger, but you can tell that he is a PNP. Now people don't know how people come to that conclusion when they've heard me say repeatedly, I would not vote for the JLP, I would not vote for the PNP, I would not vote for any party that is in Jamaica. I would rather to vote for a random goat. Don't know how much more I need to say to make people get the point, but may I tell you again, me I rather vote for Billy or Nanny, some sorts of goat than any of your MPs, whether it is Mark Golden or whether it is Andrew Holness. So therefore, just to get that out there, point blank and period. Further on in the news, this is called damage control. I have come to the realization that I am losing a lot of JLP supporters because of the stuff that I post. Not stuff that I make up to make these JLP people say what they say on social media. I am not putting any sorts of teleprompter out there before them and holding them at duress and say this or do that. So I saw the complaints of the JLP fans and being concerned because I want YouTube money. Me have to trick them on boss. This is now my damage control. This is now trying to win back my JLP supporters that say they like me, but they see that I am a stark PNP supporter. So therefore, out of concern, I said to myself, I have to do some sorts of research. There must be some sorts of PNP personnel out there that is doing something that would be considered politically incorrect, the polar opposite of what they are supposed to say. And people, I found such individual. His name is Lanzel Stewart. He is the PNP man for in a Montego Bay, some sorts of era. So apparently he made a post on social media showing himself as some sorts of, call it scammer, chopping the line. And he said, or he claimed that this video was done maybe about 2 years ago. However, you know that we're in the midst of political campaign, so therefore the people from the opposition are going to research and pull up any sorts of bad history of their opponent, so therefore they can get some sorts of political points. So people, this is this man putting his foot in his mouth. I am going to show you him in his orange PNP outfit in front of his leader Mark Golding, and then I am going to show the post in which he made, and then I am going to speak about it. Take a listen, take a look.
The following is a paid announcement by the People's National Party.
To the people come on to these things, kind of tedious. But I am Lanza Stewart. I'm a councillor candidate for the Montego Bay Southeast Division.
Another day, another dollar. Night, another client. Oh, f***ing hell.
I'm still a thief, still here committing criminal activities.
Now people, truth be told, we're living in the era or the age of social media. And these people in them 20s or 30s, everybody wants that like, everybody wants that comment, everybody wants that share. Everybody is seeking popularity on social media, especially platforms like TikTok, in which you need zero talent for boss. It is the lowest, it is the bottom of the barrel as it pertains to social media. So therefore, just put up any sorts of buffoonery and people automatically gravitate to that. SEXL and foolishness sell. Anything positive might not even get a one view. Maybe it will. However, me just say the majority is in the FUCKARY. So based on what this man is saying, he had went to some sorts of thing and he buy some US dollar and he decide, listen, me I say all sorts of FUCKRY on social media. So therefore I want to pop also. So therefore what can I do? Act as if I am a scammer from Montego Bay. The fact that I am in representational politics in the Montego Bay era. And scamming is the epicenter, or Mobile is the epicenter of scamming. So therefore, I am going to put up a video showing me scamming another day, another dollar, another night, another client. People, it sounds kind of funny. However, when you're involved in politics and politics supposed to be serious, when you're supposed to have morals and ethics and not cross certain lines, but people, what we've come to realize in both the JLP and the PNP, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Once you get that view, once you get that like, that is all that is important, because at the end of the day, if we have high expectations of any of these political parties to take us out of this mess, it is not going to happen. So whether them depend on social media being politically correct or even worse, politically incorrect, it is not going to make any sorts of difference in the lives of most Jamaicans. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, the harsh reality is that Jamaica suffers from a GUN problem, suffer from a hitman for hire problem, suffer from MURDER. As a matter of fact, most of the times the crimes that are being committed, 80+%, almost 90%, there's a use of some sorts of tool, some sorts of firepiece. And people, we have an even greater problem with the importation of those illegal tools, especially from places like Florida, which is geographically right just down the road from Jamaica. So therefore, these people decide to say, alright, them leave from Jamaica in some sorts of gang warfare. Them go America, them a hustle, make couple money. Them a get all these tools off of the road from all sorts of CRACK head. So therefore they can buy them cheaply and send them to Jamaica, which has a porous border. However, of lately we see that there is at least 2 BUST with a whole sorts of tool back to back. The latest one being about 64 assorted 9mm in excess of about 900 rounds and a couple, well not a couple, enough magazine to pack in these tools. They said that they held 2 individuals. Now people, I want you to take a listen, take a look to what the SSP or the Deputy Commissioner of Popo, Mr. Fitzbailey, has to say about that incident, and then I'll give my piece.
During a joint operation between Jamaica Custom and the Jamaica Constabulary Force, in particular the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, the Firearm Trafficking Unit, a total of 64 assorted 9mm pistols were intercepted, and along with 965 9mm rounds and 107 magazine. The interception took place at the port of Kingston. This operation started earlier on this morning, somewhere about 8 o'clock, and it is still ongoing. This reinforces the importance of collaboration and interdependency, and that's what we have been doing as a group of law enforcement agencies. We are getting better at our collaboration, and I want to express our gratitude to the level of support that we are getting from the Jamaica Custom during our investigations into especially firearm trafficking. There are 2 persons that have been taken into custody so far, and I want to say that the firearms actually came from the United States of America. And oftentimes we hear about the problem of violence, especially gun violence and murder in Jamaica. And I want to make an appeal to the Jamaican citizens who actually are creating the significant problem that we have in Jamaica. They are the ones who are sending the firearm, and I am appealing to the diaspora to sort of engage the citizen and encourage them to desist from this type of destructive activity that is actually preventing them from coming to Jamaica to enjoy the paradise that we have.
Now people, like I said, Jamaica has huge problem with guns, violence, MURDERS. So whether they are coming through the GUNS for DRUGS trade through Haiti, or they are coming through the ports, Kingston or Montego Bay, the problem is still the problem. However, the thing that I have to ask, and the question that is raised on most cases, why when they find these things and seize them, they don't set up some sorts of sting operation. Follow the dot, follow the trail to see who is supposed to pick it up, put some sorts of tracking device in the box, in the tool, in the magazine, and then follow it to its destination. That way, when them hold on to the people, them pretty much hold them red-handed. So me have to ask the question, are these people that are importing these tools some little man, or are they some sorts of big man? Because even with the RUGS, whenever we see any sorts of BUST, we notice that there's no sorts of sting operation, no sort of catching these people red-handed with the stuff. So therefore, the suspect or the recipient caught with all of these tools or all of these DRUGS. That is the way that US does. That is the way that UK and Canada, any sorts of sensible law enforcement people, me don't know we're different in Jamaica. However, anything that is sensible and rational, it seems as if our law enforcement officers, maybe there are complications, however, they have never explained it. The next thing is that when he's appealing to these people that are out there importing these tool or DRUGS, it is as if you are talking to a deaf. These people usually don't have any sorts of conscience, don't have any sorts of heart, don't have any sorts of respect for life, or DEATH, they suffer from what we call inferiority complex. So therefore, turf and power and people are call up them name as them are the done, them are finance this. This is what gives them some sort of kick. So therefore, they are going to continue to do it, especially when they are living overseas, especially when they are making buku cash from illegal activity, even if them are hustle or them are take people things. They can easily find these tools on the black market on the street in a FLA, meaning Florida. So therefore, it costs them nothing, and when they send it, they know that more than likely the possibilities of it going through clear. Yes, there's going to be some sorts of hiccup sometimes. However, when we risk and analyze or risk assess, the amount that is going to make it through is maximum. The amount that is going to get BUSTED is minimal. So when we see this, yes, we should be elated because a win is a win is a win is a win. However, the truth and the fact is that there are more things that came in that were not BUSTED that are on the street, and this is what we are seeing on a daily basis in Jamaica. The thing is that when you have stuff like this going on and you don't implement rules and laws and legislation, that means if you get catch a smuggle any sort of tool, 50 years minimum mandatory, 50 to life. That means that more than likely, even if you are 20, 50 days for a day, I don't talk about 1 day equal 2 days or whatever the case is. 50 days, that means if you are 20 when you get old, you come out when you are 70. No earlier than that. This, well, I'm not even sure it is going to make them change their mind. Because the thing is that when they have sources and know that when you send it, the more than likely you are going to bingo. So therefore, that is why they keep doing it until the customs implement all sorts of stuff to stop it or make it harder and win or get more bus on the wharf. Then they are going to continue to do the same thing. Like them say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different result. So therefore, if the criminals are get success and the customs are get failure, they are going to keep doing it until the tables turn, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.